That seems to have settled pretty well. So again, we're going to remove the bottom layer. And this time, since I'm going to be transferring that top organic layer onto the drying agent, I do want to make sure I get all the water out. Even at the expense of maybe taking a tiny little bit of my hexane layer. So that looks pretty good. And now what I want to do is transfer my organic layer onto the drying agent. Take the whole sample. The lab manual said that you were going to add the drying agent directly to the vial that you did the extraction in. But there's a fair bit of water on the walls of the centrifuge tube, and I don't really want to waste drying agent on all that water in the centrifuge tube. So I prefer to use a pipette to remove it. Now I'm going to try really hard not to knock that over, because I already lost most of it. I don't want to lose the whole sample. So we're just going to cap that up and we kind of mix it so that the residual water is absorbed by the drying agent. I want that nice and tightly capped. This is still clean, didn't even get wet. And now I need to label that. And store that in the fridge until it's time to do the analysis. I'm going to label that nBu. You'll use your lot number. And I will tape that label on so it stays on there tight. In the fridge. With this one, since there's not much liquid and I'm not going to analyze it immediately, I want to make sure I don't lose any of that solvent, or I'd have to start the reaction over. I'm going to put an added layer of protection on there, which is a layer of parafilm. You may or may not have used parafilm before, just a piece of paraffin wax with a paper backing. And I want to seal this cap tightly to the glass by grabbing it and then kind of pulling, stretching, and turning. That way nothing can escape around the threads in case it's not quite a tight fit. So there's my nButyl reaction, which we'll be analyzing on the GCs. And I'm going to put that in the fridge along with the other two samples until we're ready to do the GC analysis. So there are my 3 samples, making sure they don't evaporate. And we'll do that later.